welcome back to our channel. So today we are out in the snow, so you guys can see how thick the snow is here in Canada. It's very thick,
very thick.
And it's freezing. It's like -9 degrees today.
It's actually been a warmer week.
Yeah, but today we're going to talk about why we moved to Canada. If you have been following our family for a while now, and my sister's channel, which is the 8 Sisters, we actually posted on there why we moved to Canada. When we moved to Australia, what our plan was moving there, and part of the plan was we were going to move there for 5 years, and then we were going to live there for 5 years, and then make the move over to either Canada or America.
Yep. So we moved from New Zealand to Australia, and Australia to Canada.
Mm-hmm. And part of the plan was that we would set ourselves up in Australia financially, so that we would be able to make that huge move over here to Canada. So we were able to buy a house in Australia in our second year living there. Second or third?
We built in 2020.
Yeah.
So we moved there end of 2018.
End of 2018 we moved there, and we built our house and bought our house in July of 2020. Guys, okay, we just had to switch up the camera because someone's arm was getting tired of holding the camera. It is cold, but yeah, so where was I? So we sold our house in August of 2023, and we moved over because, so just shy of like 5 years being in Australia, but we just thought it was time for us to pack up and leave.
Well, it kind of went hand in hand with our 5-year plan. So it got to the point where we kind of got a bit complacent in Australia, where we were kind of like, you know what, we could stay here a bit longer if we wanted. But because we made that 5-year plan beforehand, we felt like a lot of things were pointing us to follow that 5-year plan. And, you know, that's something that we really thought about, we prayed about too. And, you know, it felt like the right time for our family to move. And for anyone that's done an international trip, they know it's not an easy decision.
Yeah.
And this will be our second international relocation.
Yeah, but it just everything just flowed, and I felt like Heavenly Father's hand was just in everything, like in the selling of our home. Like, we weren't sure how long our house was going to take to like sell, and we thought it would take like months before we'd be able to sell it, but we literally, it was like like a month.
I think, was it 3 or 4 open houses? Yeah,
and then our house was sold. And so we're so grateful that like Heavenly Father helped us through that whole move, because like, you know, when you pray about it, you're like, yeah, you feel good about it and you feel good about your decision. But it isn't until like you're going through like everything, like making the move,
the finer details.
You just like the finer details that, you know, like Heavenly Father is like just helping you through, like making everything possible. But yeah, we just really felt like it was time, and everything just went through smoothly, like I said, and we're able to get our house sold quickly, and then we're able to...
We literally flew out the day after we settled. So
we settled the day after settlement.
Settled on the 28th of July, and then the 29th we had tickets booked to go to New Zealand to see our family. And it was hard to say goodbye, but at the same time we felt like it's what we needed to do for our family.
Yeah.
We miss our family there, but...
We do. I miss my nieces and nephews especially, but I feel like for us, long-term goals of like financial freedom and what we've been working towards our whole marriage, this is the right move for us, and we felt that this was the move we needed to make.
I guess that leads into our point. Why did we leave?
Why did we move? Why did we choose Canada?
I know we said we had a 5-year plan and we felt the Lord was in it, but people were probably wondering, why would you leave such a nice, beautiful country like Australia, which is a beautiful country, and we loved it. We were an hour from the beach and it was sunny all the time. And
but everyone always like, since we moved here, everyone's like, why did you move here? Like, it's cold here. Like,
well, and on days like this, we're kind of like, we miss Australia. But you know, and we talked about our 5-year plan, but for us, we wanted the best for our kids, and
we want them to experience different things. Like, we love traveling. Like, we love going overseas, and like when we got married, like we never pictured ourselves living in New Zealand like long term. Like, for us, it was would live overseas.
Well, it's funny, for both of us, separate before we met, I always wanted to move to America, and then when I met Ivy, she said I always wanted to move to America.
Yeah.
And you know, it's
I know
something-
people always say like, why America? But you know, it's just, everyone has their preference.
I guess we just like Ivy said, we just wanted to try different things, and we
Yeah.
love different cultures. Like Ivy's, you know, Polynesian culture, I'm Palangi culture, and now we're in Canada, which is a completely different culture. And we love exploring. We love,
Yeah.
you know, giving our kids the opportunity to, you know, try new places. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not easy for them to change
Yeah.
school, but
But they did so well. They did so well. Like you forget that your kids are so resilient at this age, and like we're so grateful that we're able to do it at this age that they're at. And I feel like this is like a perfect age to make these
Yeah.
kind of moves, because
well,
they're still.
we said too we wanted to do it before they started high school.
Yeah.
Arissa, our daughter, is turning 9
She's turning 9
this year.
This
This
year.
year.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to make the move before they kind of got too attached and
Yeah.
made lifelong friends, and we had to, you know, up and leave and kind
Yeah.
of put them through that emotionally.
Yeah.
And they've adjusted pretty well.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's very cold.
But yeah, we're so grateful that we are here. Like when we moved here, like we have always wanted to move here to Canada and to experience life here. Maybe not long term, but we will see. And we're grateful that we have a place to stay right now while we're trying to set things up for ourselves.
We're excited for the journey, and one of the reasons we really wanted to come here was so we had more time with our kids, but to also escape a 9-to-5 job. I was
Yeah.
working quite hard back in Australia and New Zealand, and now it's, you know, selling our house and having a bit of cash flow. We have the opportunity to try and do something different. The reason we chose Canada, well, it's a gateway for us to get to the United States. So I'm a Canadian citizen through my dad. Ivy is a US national through her birth in Samoa, American Samoa, sorry.
Yeah.
So for us, this is another stepping stone. Just like Australia, we see this as a stepping stone. We don't have a time frame for it.
Yeah,
It could
but we're
be-
grateful that it's working out, because we're getting to create these memories and have these different experiences in these countries. Because I know other people would love to come to Canada, and for us, it's been made possible because, you know, the connections that we have, the ties we have to the countries.
The good thing too is, you know, we did a trip to Utah, which you probably saw in another one of our videos, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. But it's a 13-hour drive from here to Utah, and then a few more hours on top to get to Vegas and California. And we love doing road trips across America. We've done quite a few now, but this is a perfect gateway and stepping stone for us to get to where we eventually want to be.
Yeah, and I've loved it here so far in Canada. You know, despite the cold, we managed to catch the last bit of summer when we moved here, and it was so pretty. Like, it's so beautiful here in the summer.
So we
It's
came in.
beautiful in winter too, but it's cold.
We came here like mid-August, and it was still, you know, at nighttime you didn't really have to have a blanket on. It felt quite nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah. So maybe we can talk about what are some of the challenges that we've faced moving. What are some of
Yeah.
the biggest hurdles we had to jump over to get here? One of the biggest hurdles for anyone moving international, even if like for myself, for example, I'm a Canadian citizen, I could have come here by myself, no problem. But when you have a wife and children that kind of come with you, and they're not citizens or permanent residents, obviously a lot of immigration work. There's a lot of ways to do it. You can go to an immigration lawyer and other avenues, but for us, we always figure things out for ourselves, and that's what we did leading up to coming here.
Yeah, we started our application process, and then we came here on a visitor record. And so at the airport, we
They call it what?
sorry for another time, the airport, but like the airport, we had to let them know that we're in the process of doing our application, and so we wanted to have a visitor record which allows us to stay here for 6 months legally. So they got that little stamp into our passports to do that.
So that's for Ivy and the
Yeah,
kids.
and so before it expires, so we can have that, we can be here legally while we're doing, like, while our application is in process, but we just have to make sure that we are updating that visa that we're on, the visitor record. So when it comes to before 6 months, you have to reapply for it again.
Unless
So-
you've already got permanent residency.
Unless you've already got your permanent residency before then.
Yeah.
But that is how we're able to stay here legally.
Well, the good thing too is because I'm a citizen,
And,
we've
yeah.
got healthcare for Ivy and the kids. So healthcare is a big thing for us, especially for 4 young kids.
Yeah.
And that's one reason why we kind of decided to come to Canada right away and not try to jump into America and
Yeah.
United States, and try and do all that, because
Yeah. It's a longer process going to America.
Yeah.
But for us, it was easier just to come through to Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and also Canada is under the Commonwealth.
It's quite similar to like
Yeah,
the
it's very
Medicare
similar.
and
Yeah.
all that. It's kind of similar to Australia and
a
New
lot of
Zealand.
things are very similar to back home.
And I guess what's some other hurdles that we've had? I guess like just emotionally leaving your family, your friends, and you know, we had our little safe place, we had our home in Australia, and we upped and left.
Yeah.
And being members of the church, you kind of also build a community at church. Us leaving and coming to a new country and doing it all over again, it can be quite mentally and socially exhausting.
Yeah.
You know,
But like you roll with it, right? You just learn to just adapt.
exactly. And we'll teach our kids that because, you know,
Yeah.
in life you adapt, you start a new job or you move to a new house or a new city, you have to adapt.
Yeah.
And we've moved overseas twice now, and some of the things that we try and do now is when we go to a new country, we try and have all our documents all sorted, we try and have everything backed up in our emails and you know, Google
Yeah.
Drives and whatnot. So when we come over, we're not too worried about losing some of those important documents and, you know, all the good stuff that we've kind of accumulated over the years.
Yeah, we had to like minimize a lot of stuff that we had. Like
Or
we
each have one
so-
bag, right?
Yeah, we each had one suitcase that we came with to Canada, plus our carry-ons. But yeah, we had to fit our whole lives into 6 big suitcases and 6 carry-ons. That was our whole life. And with kids, it's a little bit harder because they just have so much stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and we're enjoying it.
Yeah, we're enjoying it. We're loving it here, and we do miss our family back home, but we're grateful that we are able to do this move. Yeah,
And our advice to anyone that is thinking about doing it, just do it.
yeah, just do it.
Like the
It's-
worst that happens is you become homeless. And
the worst thing happened, you have to go back to New Zealand, where you came from.
I mean, I'd
Get
rather,
deported to New Zealand.
like for us, we would rather take a risk and do something like this and then look back and say, you know what, it's not working, we're gonna move back home and back to Australia, but at least we've had this experience, our kids have too, as opposed to just sitting there for the next 30 or 40 years and being like, man, imagine if we had moved and
Yeah.
our lives have been so different.
Yeah,
And so I don't regret it.
Yeah.
We're excited.
we're excited for the future. We're excited. We've got some big plans ahead for our family that
Yeah.
we really want to smash out some goals while we're here in Canada.
Yep.
And then we'll see, and in 5 years' time, we'll see where we're at. And
And yeah, just take a risk. Do something that one day your kids will be proud of you for. When, you know, they can look back and say, "I'm so glad that my parents made that move," or you know, and when they get married and have kids and they have their own lives, they can say, "Wow, I'm grateful my parents took a chance." And like Ivy said, the worst thing is if it doesn't work out, we'll go back home.
go back home to New Zealand.
We'll get deported.
No, but it's so fun here. We love it here, and yeah, we're excited to share more of our journey here in Canada and like all the things, the activities that we're getting up to here, because there's so much to do here. And
And winter has opened our eyes to
Winter,
swimming.
yeah.
So he's like, we went tubing again today,
Yeah.
and it's freezing outside, but there's also so much to do, and we've never really been exposed to that.
yeah, so we're excited to share more of our journey with you guys, and thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed and commented on our videos. We're so grateful for your support and for your kind words and kind messages that you guys send us, and yeah, we're just truly grateful.
When we see like how many people watch the videos and we see our subscribers, we're just grateful that we have people that are even
Like,
interested.
I'm surprised we even hit 1,000 subscribers, guys.
And like, if we're pretty open people, if you have any questions or you want more details or you need help with,
Yeah.
if you are planning a move, like reach out to us, you know, on
Yeah.
Facebook or you know on our YouTube. Yeah.
There's a car
So
going
we got-
past right now, and we're like getting a little bit camera shy.
Little shy.
So we're gonna wrap up the video.
All right.
But yeah, thank you so much to everyone that has liked and commented and subscribed to our channel. We truly appreciate it. And
look-
we're
Sorry, you go.
guys,
I
you guys.
Okay.
What was that?
There you go.
And we're excited to share more with you guys.
I was gonna say, look, if you're viewing for the first time and you want to watch a few more of our videos and get to know us a bit better, feel free to do so. But also subscribe too, so you can follow us for more journeys. We're going to try to upload more videos.
Yeah, we're trying to be more consistent with our videos, and my goal is to make sure that I do outros for my videos because I never do those. But if you have any suggestions of videos or content that you would like to see more of, please comment below and let us know in the comments. Yeah,
All right.
we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye.